Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's video, as promised, I'm going to take you through a rundown of my updated pedal board here, show you the changes that I made and the differences that it's made, because it's been astronomical. It's really exciting. Let's have a look. So for starters, I'm actually running two pickups now, like a split signal. So I'm still running the inbuilt acoustic pickups by Cole Clark, but I'm also running the Seymour Duncan Mag Mic as well. So first of all, I'll run you through where the magnetic pickup goes. That's essentially doing all of my effects, and then the acoustic pickup is just going through this Grace Design Felix here into the loop station as well as blended signal, and then back in to the Grace Design, and that's my DI out then. So the magnetic pickup is heading in through my volume pedal here, then the wah, tube screamer, delay, reverb, then through this little Moa 006. Now this has been amazing. I'm really impressed by this little pedal, and I was actually using it for a while before I could afford to get the Grace Design Felix. I was using that as like a signal booster and a bit more guts, a bit more warmth as well, I suppose, for the acoustic pickups once they'd run through all of my effects. At that stage I didn't need the volume pedal. I'll explain that a little bit more shortly, but yeah, when I was using that just with my Cole Clark pickups in through a tuner was here and then in through the chain, that made a big difference on its own. But this Grace Design Felix is well worth the money. It has just made such a massive difference. I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere with the guitar sound and finesse that I've always wanted. So yeah, I think I'm getting sidetracked already. Yeah, magnetic pickup through all these into the Grace Design Felix, and then both the magnetic signal and the acoustic signal both go into the loop station and back out into the Grace Design Felix, and then that is my DI out. The reason I'm just one of these people, I really needed both signals looped, because sometimes I'm not actually looping effects and I'm just simply looping an acoustic kind of rhythmic thing to lead over the top of. So I did try several different setups, but that was the way that it worked best for what I do and my sound. The volume pedal I had because obviously your magnetic pickup when you're strumming on acoustic guitar, like if you're really digging in, it can get quite harsh, I guess I'm going to say. You know, I'm not great with the lingo, guys. I'm not educated or anything. This is just me and my experience. But it loses its warmth and its tone of the acoustic sound. So with the volume pedal here, I can just back that magnetic off a little bit when I'm strumming, and then it allows the acoustic pickup to come through a bit more and get the sound that I want. And then of course when I really want to be using like the aggressive side with the overdrive and doing some lead work or something like that, I can punch that volume in for the magnetic pickup to be all the way in, driven hard, and that come over the top. I also have the ability with the Grace Design Felix to boost, so that obviously allows me, if I'm doing more of a clean lead and it's not coming up over the top of the loop as much as I need it to, then I can bump up that signal. And of course your mute there. I have this little polytune running all the time. I'm sorry everything, I hope you can't see how dusty it is. Obviously it's not plugged in at the moment, that's why you don't see any lights on it, but I have that running all the time now, and then basically when I want to tune quietly I just bump that, and that mutes both signals. So that pretty much sums up the new pedalboard layout. It obviously looks quite messy still. That is because I have kind of tried to tidy it up as much as I can. And you can see on the other side here, I've got all the cables kind of tied back with little cable ties as much as possible. I'll spare you seeing that mess. I do have a guy organised who's going to do a custom build for me, so he'll do like all little custom length patch leads and just have it all a lot neater, and also will allow me to have both my inputs over this side of the pedal board. So at the moment, my magnetic pickup lead goes in here and my acoustic pickup lead goes in over here. So I'll show you the lead that I've kind of botched up myself for it. So I just got 2 guitar leads and I've just taped them together at points, but I obviously on one end I allowed plenty of room for them to be able to go into each pickup there. So that's the acoustic one goes in there, and then the corresponding ones into the guitar, magnetic, acoustic. But yeah, when I get the custom build, he'll actually be able to have it so as both of these inputs actually go into the board over here, which will make it a lot neater and easier as well. And yeah, this lead in particular is massive as well underneath, and just a few little changes like that. And I want to get a new freight case as well, because my current freight case, I sit this up on top of the freight case at the moment, so it's like a little platform to get me up higher since I have to sit down when I perform. But the issue with that being that I did get it in mind of having it to fly my gear wherever I go, and empty that freight case is 16 kilos. So by the time I put this pedal board in there and my stomp box, I think it was just those, and I was tipping in at like 35 kilos, which is way over what the airlines will allow without your heavy freight tax. So I'm going to have a look at some Pelican cases and see if I can get something that I could still use as a platform when I perform, but will be more lightweight and still protect all my gear, because especially this little puppy over here is quite expensive, and I'd be devastated if anything happened to it. So that is my pedal board work in progress so far. I will put a link in the description below as well of what this was like in the last video I did of my pedal board build. I dare say this will change again. I'm already looking at some changes, so let me know in the comments if you want me to keep doing little updates on the changes as I go. But yeah, essentially that has been great. Obviously all of this is your EQing for each individual channel, and you can change your boost to however high you would like it to be. The mix, you can either have it all as one, as input 1 or input 2. So when I'm actually using guitars like my resonator, which only has 1 input, doesn't have 2 pickups like most of my acoustics, obviously I just have it all the way through the magnetics there, which is the second channel. So I just run it all the way over there, and then that's just the one signal heading through, if that makes sense, rather than there in that position it's blended. Yeah, essentially I think in a nutshell that is my current pedalboard situation. And yes, if you've been wondering, the Grace Design Felix really is worth the money, not only because of the ability to be a blender, a preamp, a DI and a little EQ all in one, but also the clarity of the signal, the tone. I just didn't know that I could get that. I've even done, like way back in the past when I had just my acoustic pickups, and I love the Cole Clark pickups by the way, when I had them just running through, like I tried multiple different high quality DIs from Fishman and Radial and all of that. None of those to me had the clarity that this, and the power. This is a very powerful unit. I've actually had to be bumping the signals down now in order to allow the vocals and my stomp box and stuff to still be able to lift up to a level where they come through above the guitar, which I haven't had that problem before. And that also allows me to really back off with my playing and play a lot more softly and delicate, whereas before I kind of just had to like hammer the guitar all the time, I felt, just to be able to get some guts out. I'm probably chewing your ear off right now, but as you can tell, I'm very passionate about my new setup. I'll constantly be changing, but so far this is the best setup I've ever had. Really happy, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope it's been of interest to you, and I will see you next time. I haven't slept a wink here. The house feels so full. Presence overwhelming.